Oh God. I know what's coming. Oh God. Oh no. I hate it. It's so awkward. Hello everybody and welcome to another video. So today we are going to be getting back into the Heartstopper comics. If you haven't seen my updates video, I'm going to try to focus on the comics videos for a bit, see how many of them we can knock out so that we might have a chance of finishing them before the next season of the show comes out in August. So that's what we're going to do. Yep. Okay, and here we are. Alright, so let me make my video smaller so you can actually see the comics. So, last time, in the thrilling world of Chapter 4, is it Chapter 4? Yeah. In the thrilling world of Chapter 4, Section 23, I don't know what I'm saying. I'm tired, and yeah. So, last time, they were in Paris. So the whole gang has gone to Paris, and what happened last time was Nick and Charlie found themselves with some alone time, and one thing led to another, and there may have been a love bite situation where Charlie now has a bruise on his neck, and he told Tao that he fell in the shower, and Tao's like, well, that was dumb. So yeah, Tao still does not know about Nick and Charlie, but Charlie has promised Nick that he's going to tell Tao today. Yeah, so the gang has just climbed to the top of the Eiffel Tower, and Nick and Charlie took a picture together. Some of Nick's classmates were like, ha ha ha, gay, ha ha, and Nick was awesome, Charlie was in love, and then Harry Green, surprisingly, defended Nick and Charlie and pushed the offenders off screen. So they both agreed it was weird, and then Nick said that it would be a relief to come out, and here we are. Okay, so let's continue. I was holding Darla not long ago, so I still have like little bits of fur appearing in various places on my face. Anyway, Nick and Charlie, Nick giving Charlie a nice little head squeeze, a nice little headlock neck squeeze situation, and then Tao says, Charlie, get over here, I need a photo of me, you, and Aled. So Charlie patting Nick, I'll be back in a sec, and Nick's like, haha, okay. So Nick's standing over there on his own, and Charlie puts his arm around Tao, and Tao's like, I need to get a photo of us three because we always forget. So then Nick looks at his phone, and it is 1:22 p.m., and there's a missed call from Dad. So ring, 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 ring. Nick calls his dad back. The person you are calling is unavailable. Please leave a message after... I wonder if that was in English or French. I mean, I assume it's in English because of this, but like, they're in France, and his dad is a Frenchman, so Elle is taking the picture. She says, ready? And we have Aled smiling, and Tao smiling, and Nikki, Charlie. I am so tired, you guys. Like this past week, I just did not get enough sleep at all. Just multiple things conspired to me not getting enough sleep, and Anyway, so brain no worky, but we'll do our best. So Charlie, giving the old V, boy, and smiling with his arm around Tao. So lovely picture of the boys. Okay, so here we get to see some lovely snapshots. We have Aled looking out, Tara and Darcy being cute, Elle and Tao being cute, Tao being very blushy, and Charlie. Okay, they're looking at those pictures together, and Charlie says, "That's a good one," and Tao says, "Oh God, no, I look like an egg." Haha, he doesn't look like an egg. Okay, so then Charlie, a little hesitation, Tao notices and says, you look like you have something on your mind. And Charlie's like, ugh. And Tao says, go on then, out with it. Oh God, I know what's coming. It's gonna be fine, but oh boy. Okay, so I love this picture here. Like, I love this panel here of where we just see like Charlie tugging on the ends of his shirt, because that's such a good way to show kind of the anxiety of this moment, without showing his face or, using words. I really like how evocative this picture is. So Charlie pulling on his sweater says, "Me and Nick are dating." And Tao's like, ... And Tao's like, dating who? Even in this moment, he can't even comprehend the possibility. And Charlie's like, each other, we're dating each other. And there's another ... And Tao says, I thought you liked him, but he's straight. And Charlie says, yeah, same, but turns out he's bi, and now we're going out. Oh, and Tao's so happy for him at first. Oh, that's amazing. What happened? Did he tell you this week? Oh, about that. And Charlie looks really miserable, ... and says, actually, it's been going on for a few months. We've been going out since April. Yeah. And Tao's like, April? 3 months ago? And he turns away looking sad. Do all our friends know? Oh, God. Oh, no. I hate it. It's so awkward. And Charlie, just hand on his face, is like, yeah, Alid knows, and Elle, and Tara, and Darcy. And Tao's like, oh, why'd you wait so long to tell me? Oh, Charlie, I'm sorry. I was scared you might accidentally tell people. No. So I know that was the true reason, Charlie, but maybe you should say something in this moment that is not this. And Tao says, oh, but I'm your friend. I never would have told anyone. And Charlie says, I know, you wouldn't have meant to, but last year when I came out, I think someone overheard you talking about it, and that's how it spread around. I was so scared that would happen again, or happen to Nick. Tao saying, I'm so sorry. Charlie says, I know you didn't mean to. Tao says, I know, I'm really happy for you. I know I'm loud and always say stupid things. I probably would have fucked it up somehow. I'm a terrible friend. No, you're not, Tao! No, you're not! Oh, this scene kills me. Okay, so Tao feels really shitty. Charlie feels really shitty. Everybody feels awful. It's bad. So Tao stands up, and Charlie's like, no, that's not what I meant. And Tao says, sorry for getting in the way. I'm gonna find Elle. Oh, God. And Charlie says, fuck. My sentiments exactly, Charlie. Yeah, so that could have gone better. I will say, I do think it's a very powerful scene, and I like the way it's constructed, because Charlie has not done anything wrong. Tao has not done anything wrong. Neither of them have done anything wrong on purpose. But nonetheless, they both come out of this scene really hurt. And there's just nothing that you can do about it. Like, there's nothing else that could be done here. Like, Tao is going to be hurt by this. Charlie is going to be hurt by this. It's just how it is. So it's really tragic as a result. Okay, so Nick comes over. Char, what's wrong? What happened? Hey, what happened? And just puts his arm around him, and Charlie's just, like, very upset, understandably. Poor Charlie. Poor Tao. Yeah, and it's interesting since we already had kind of the equivalent of this scene in the show. Though in the show, of course, it's not Charlie who finally tells Tao, it's Elle, which is kind of worse. It's a lot more explosive and dramatic. And the fact that Tao, I think it's worse because Tao finds out from someone else. So Charlie never has the chance to actually tell him and be the one to tell him. But also in the show, Tao never finds out the fact that, like, it wasn't really Charlie's decision because Nick was the one setting the pace as far as coming out to people, and Nick was the one telling people. So, of course, in the show, like, we can't blame Charlie that much for it, whereas here we see him, like, putting it off and putting it off and putting it off. We see him trying to tell Tao. But I don't know. So, like, which version do you like better? Do you like it better where, like, Charlie is genuinely trying to tell Tao, but just can't do it. He's just too afraid every time, or just he just can't get the words out, and then he finally does, and this happens? Or do you like the show version better, where Tao finds out from Elle accidentally, and then just blows up about it? So I'm not. I think both of them are interesting, and both of them fit the versions of Tao that we see. Anyway, okay, so let's move on to the next chapter. Okay, so we have a warning right away. This update may trigger some people. To see a description of the triggering material, please scroll down to the update notes. And without even looking, I can tell you it's eating disorder. So disordered eating is the trigger warning. So beware if that's something that could potentially trigger you. Okay, so Paris day 4. Poor Charlie. Looks like he has not gotten much sleep. He looks over at Tao, and just Tao's, the whole body language of this scene, like Tao just like turned with his back to Charlie as far away as he can possibly be. Yeah, Charlie very sad. So here we are at breakfast, lunch, I don't know, some kind of meal, and Tao is kind of carrying on as normal, chatting with Elle. Charlie looking over at Tao. Tao catches him looking and kind of gives like a wincing smile, and then goes back to looking at Elle. And Charlie just very sad. Okay, it is breakfast. So then Nick arrives and says, "You okay?" And Charlie's like, "I think I feel a bit ill today." And Nick says, "Fuck, what's wrong? I have some paracetamol. Or could we tell Mr. Farouk?" And Charlie says, "I'll be fine, just not hungry." Charlie, no. I know where this is going. Nick, being a good, caring boyfriend, like, I can give you something for it. We can tell the teacher. Let's figure it out. But Charlie kind of brushing it off. So Nick's, and Charlie gives the same kind of wincing smile that Tao gave earlier, the very unconvincing smile. And Nick's like, "Well, I'm going to pack you a croissant." A plus Nick. So if you get hungry later, you'll have a snack. So Nick wraps up a croissant and puts it in a napkin and puts it in his bag because he is best boyfriend. There, you can eat it later. And Charlie looks touched. Aww. And he puts his head on Nick's shoulder and says, "You're the best." Okay, so here we are at the Louvre. I'm sure nothing bad's gonna happen. So Mr. Ajayi is saying, "You have until 2 p.m. That's 4 whole hours to explore the Louvre. It's a very hot day today, so make sure you stay hydrated. And please try not..." Oh, and Mr. Farouk says, "And please try not to get lost." I adjust the tone there, because if it was Mr. Ajayi, he would have said, "And please try not to get lost." But Mr. Farouk's like, "Please try not to get lost." When I read this the first time, as soon as Mr. Ajayi said, "It's a very hot day today, so make sure you stay hydrated," and like Charlie having skipped breakfast, I knew what was coming. So let's get into it. All right, buckle up, folks. Okay, so we're walking through the Louvre, and we have someone saying, "Nick, Charlie." And Nick says, "We're coming." So Nick and Charlie kind of lingering behind, and Darcy pointing at the Mona Lisa. "Wait, that's the Mona Lisa? That's it? It's rubbish." So I have never been to Europe, so I have never seen the Mona Lisa in person, but I have heard it said that it is very small compared to what you would think. But, it would still be cool to see it. Tara looks annoyed, like, "Darcy, you do not appreciate art." So we have "Where'd Tao and Elle go?" I think they wandered off together. That they did. All right, so here we have Elle finally taking matters into her own hands. We're off at the Louvre. They're holding hands. They sit down together at the window, and Tao's talking, being awkward, and Elle's just like, "Okay, dude, you've had your chance. I'm just gonna kiss you now." So she kisses him, and he's very pleased about that. She looks worried. He looks happy. I think it's very beautiful the way that this is shown, where like we don't get any dialogue. We just see them sitting and kissing. But in the show, this is gonna be a big scene. So I'm very interested to see how they handle this. And just judging by how beautifully they did Nick and Charlie's first kiss, I'm pretty sure we're going to see something special here. So we're back to another trigger warning. Same deal, disordered eating. And just in general, if you don't like seeing bad things happen to Charlie Spring, you may want to beware. Okay, so Nick. I know people's names. So Tao and Elle kissing some more at the Louvre. And Tara saying, "This place goes on forever. And it's so hot. I'm dying." Now, does the Louvre not have air conditioning? I mean, I guess it's an old building. I don't know. So they're wandering through the Louvre. Tara's wondering, where even are we? And Charlie is flagging. He's way behind everybody else, just kind of like, moving along, not doing well. And Nick says, I have the map. And now, if you have ever passed out, now I did. Story time. So when I was in like 11th grade, maybe, I was in music class in the band room, and we were practicing guitar. And I was playing the guitar next to my friend, and like I was really focused on the guitar. So I don't think I was. I don't know. I'm to this day I'm not sure what happened. I might have been breathing weird, or like just something happened. But so I'm there playing my guitar, and like around the corners, around the edges, it got fuzzy, and like my hearing got really weird and muffled. And like I looked to my friend and I said, I think I'm gonna pass out. And she said, you're really scaring me, but I heard you're really scaring and then all the sound just cut out. And then the next thing I knew, I was standing, being helped along by my friend on the way to the nurse. So, yeah, fun times. But my point is, this is a very accurate portrayal of how it feels and how it looks to kind of pass out. So we have Charlie with like kind of the frayed edges around here and like the bubbles, and things are kind of blurry, and he says Nick, and Nick turns around and like the sound is kind of in and out as he's saying, Charlie, what's wrong? Charlie? And then Charlie says, I don't feel very well. And I'm so glad Nick is there to catch him. So Nick catches him. Luckily, when I passed out, it was on carpet. So it was on carpet, and I don't know if my friend caught me or what happened there. I don't know what happened to my guitar because I was holding a guitar. But anyway, so Nick catches him, and he's like, someone get Mr. Farouk. Oh, poor Charlie. Poor Nick. Poor everyone. Okay, so Charlie blinks his eyes open, and we have Tara and Sahar and Darcy all looking very worried, and Sahar says, he's awake. And Nick's still holding him. He says, hey. And Charlie says, what just happened? And Nick says, Charlie, you passed out. Are you okay? And there's a lot of dots. What? So we know that, Charlie has been dealing with his eating disorder for some time now, but it seems like this is the first time that he is legitimately passed out from it, because he seems really shocked that this happened. And Sahar says, you were only out for 30 seconds. And Darcy says, you must have gotten overheated. I passed out once when I was wearing a beanie in 30-degree heat. And Tara says, of course you wore a beanie in 30-degree heat. And Charlie says, did I fall on you? And Nick says, kind of, but I'm glad you did. And Darcy says, you're lucky you fell onto your boyfriend. I fell into a swimming pool. Darcy, I'm glad she was okay. And we have Tara saying, why were you wearing a beanie at a swimming pool? So Nick's saying, are you okay? And Charlie says, yeah, just really embarrassed. Hey, Alid's back. So here comes Alid, having gone off to find the teachers. And Mr. Ajayi looks really concerned. Mr. Farouk looks concerned. So Mr. Farouk, you're sure you feel okay, Charlie? And Charlie says, yeah, I haven't eaten enough today. And they're at the cafe. And Mr. Farouk says, and you didn't hit your head or hurt yourself? Charlie says, no, Nick kind of caught me. Mr. Farouk says, okay, but if you feel ill at any time on the trip, you can come and tell me, okay? If you need to sit down or just want to rest on the coach, that's absolutely fine. And Charlie nods. And I love that, like, Mr. Farouk is so long-suffering during, like, the whole of when we see him, where he's, like, he's clearly, like, annoyed with the fact that he's stuck babysitting all these teenagers on a field trip, but, like, the second one of them needs him, like, he's there. He's totally concerned, serious, good teacher mode. He's a good guy. So, Mr. Ajayi comes back with a sandwich and a bottle of, I assume that's water. There you go, Mr. Spring. Get those in your belly. And Charlie says, thank you. And you can just tell that he's really embarrassed about the whole situation and having to be taken care of like this and like it being a big deal. So Mr. Farouk says, we'll leave you to chill out for a bit, but, well, Nick can come and find us if you need us, okay? And Charlie says, thanks, sir. My nose is itchy. He didn't say, thanks, sir, my nose is itchy. That was me. So Mr. Ajayi says, well, I'm glad we didn't have to call the French ambulance. My French is terrible. And Mr. Frigg says, Nathan, I can speak French. Oh, yeah. So Charlie watches them go, and Nick pulls out the perfectly wrapped boyfriend croissant and says, Charlie, I've noticed you don't really eat a lot, generally. Or, I don't know, it feels like it's gotten worse lately. Like, I feel like you eat less than before, Charlie looking alarmed. I guess I thought you were just a picky eater, but, I mean, you've barely eaten anything this week, and you just passed out, and now I'm worried. Charlie says, yeah, fuck, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Nick says, hey, no, there's nothing to be sorry about, okay? I just want to understand. This is a good way. This is a good model of behavior here from Nick, where he's not blaming Charlie. He's not, saying there's nothing for Charlie to apologize for. He just wants to understand so he can help. So Charlie, looking down at the croissant, says, I know I don't eat like normal people. Some days I'm fine, but other days I feel like I need to control it. I used to do it a lot last year when everything at school was shit. I don't know why I do it. I don't know why I get so stressed and down about things, but the eating, sometimes it feels like the only thing in my life I can control. Sorry, this is making zero sense. I don't know why I'm like this. And Nick says, no, that does make sense. You can always tell me stuff like that. And a little pinky touch. Charlie says, I don't know, I don't want to, annoy you or burden you. Ever since I told you about, how bad I felt last year, I've been scared I just don't want you to feel like you need to look after me, like I'm some fragile, broken mess, like you need to fix me. I would hate that. And Nick says, Charlie, I'm not going to start treating you like I'm a doctor and you're my patient. ... Unless you're into that. And Charlie's like, shut up. So a nice little lightening of the mood here. And Nick says, you're not fragile or broken or anything like that, but I want to know if you're having a bad day, or if you want to find somewhere quiet to eat, just us two, or if you need cheering up. Because I'm your boyfriend, and we have, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. So Nick clearly wanting to say the words to Charlie, but this might not be the moment for it anyway. I really care about you. Charlie looks pleased anyway. And they look at each other, and Charlie says, there's so many people around. Nick says, yeah. Charlie says, it's been so long since we've kissed. And Nick says, it's been 2 days. Too long! Oh, okay, I was like, what is he doing? Okay, so Charlie picks up the croissant, and Mr. Ajayi bought him a sandwich, but Charlie goes for the boyfriend croissant that's been tucked away in Nick's bag, and I do not blame him at all. And he says, so dry! And Nick says, well, it has been sitting in my bag for 3 hours. Haha. So then Charlie finishes the croissant, done, and crumples up the napkin and throws it away. And Nick says, do you feel any better? Charlie says, a bit, less shaky anyway. Let's go! And Nick's still looking concerned, though. It's good to see Charlie having a bit more energy. And, okay, so they're looking at this beautiful room. And Nick says, wow, this is so... And music. Ah, that's my phone. Oh! Okay, so I was going to stop here, but the next scene... We need to do the next scene. So we're going to do the next scene, and then we'll stop. Okay, so Nick... Oh, shit, it's my dad. I better... And Charlie says, yeah, go for it. Okay, so Nick picks up the phone. Allô, papa? Oui, ça va bien. Je suis au Louvre. And Charlie's watching huh? And the more Nick talks, the more flustered Charlie gets. He's, what, French? And Charlie is all of us. What is happening? Non, c'est pas grave. C'est pas grave. Non, c'est pas grave. God, non, c'est pas grave. Grave. D'accord. Love you. Bye. Nick says, okay, sorry about that. And Charlie is just staring at him, all blushy and startled and flustered. And Nick's like, what? And Charlie says, you speak French, fluently. And Nick says, yeah, didn't I tell you that? No. Oh, well, my dad is French and lives in Paris, and we've always spoken mainly in French, so I thought I told you that. And Charlie says, God, I really want to just push you against a wall right now. If this exact dialogue shows up in the show, I cannot be held responsible for my reaction. And Nick says, Charlie. And Charlie's like, I mean, nothing. Nick says, do you like that I can speak French? And Charlie's like, it's fine, it's cool, walking away. And Nick grabs his hand. Charlie, mon amour. And Charlie, blushing, oh my god, shut up, you nerd, you're so cringy. Nick says, you don't look like you're cringing, you look like you're blushing a lot. Charlie's like, I'm not. Nick, oh yeah, you sure? Leave me alone, you dick. Je ne comprends pas. I hate you. And here comes the security guard. A very serious beardy man catches them, and Charlie's like, run. And off they go. Okay, so we'll stop there. But we had to see that scene because that's one of my favorite scenes. So again, one of the big things in this part is the fact that Charlie finally tells Tao what's happening. We see Charlie facing some of the negative health consequences of his eating disorder, and Nick finally talking to him about that, and finally finding out that something genuinely is going on. And of course, Charlie finally realizing that Nick can speak French, and all the wonderful things that brings. So, yeah. Alright, well, I love this part of the comics, and I cannot wait to see how they adapt it into the show. But let me know your thoughts. What's your favorite part of this section, or what do you think will be different, or the same, or anything you want to say. Just say anything. Say anything. It's all good. Alright, so as always, a huge thanks to our patrons, who are amazing and wonderful and fantastic and great and awesome and other good words. And a special shout out to our Nick Nelson members, Paul Z and Kelly Walker. Kelly Walker and Paul Z. I usually say it that way. It's fine. Yeah, that's it. Okay, good. Good video. All right, so have a great rest of your day or night or morning or evening or dusk or dawn. And I will see you again next time. So let me find the stop button. There it is. All right. See you next time. Bye. Say you're coming around.